We are the champions, my friend. Yo, what a doom! Tis your boy, the Chelskian, and welcome to my channel for the match reaction of the Uefa Champions League final. Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. Let's get into it. It honestly is such an amazing feeling given where we were just a couple of months ago with Arsenal sitting on top of us. Frank Lampard unfortunately was part of that revolving door policy at Chelsea, which in turn got us Tuchel appointed, which in turn we won our second Champions League in 9 years. Not only are we the only club in London to have won the Champions League, but we've done it twice. And then you're gonna get Arsenal fans coming in, oh, London is red, London is red. Yeah, okay. The game itself was really open and it started end to end, and it was just an entertaining game. I loved it. And not a single Chelsea player had a bad game. And that's what I loved most about it. You might make the case for Werner, but I thought he was very influential in the match. I'll get into that a little bit later on. But at halftime, honest to God, I was not nervous. At halftime, I was like, if we can even remotely play like we did in the first half, we've got nothing to worry about. Obviously, there is that anything can happen in a 90-minute football match, but I wasn't nervous at all. In the Champions League final, we managed to nullify the best team in the world right now to 3 shots, 1 on target. Now, before I get into my match reaction, I just want to get my predictions out the way. And firstly, for the scoreline, I was way off. I guess 3-2. Now into the lineup. In my match preview, I said that Mendy and Kante will start. No surprises there, and no surprises with the lineup with the 3-4-3. Mendy in goal, Chilwell and James as the wing backs, Rudiger, Silva and Azpilicueta as our backline. And then we had Jorginho and N'Golo as the middle two. Forward 2 were Werner and Mount, and then the middle one with Havertz. In terms of players selected, I got 9 out of 11, and in terms of positions, I got 7 out of 11. I thought Azpilicueta will play right wing back again, but no, he played centre back, while Reece James played right wing back, and the middle 2, I got that wrong, well, 1 player wrong. I thought Kovacic would play over Jorginho, and I thought Pulisic would start with Werner down the middle and Havertz on the bench, but I did not bad in terms of that. But that's it for the lineup, and let's get into the game. The very first big moment came when Edison sent the ball flying over the top to Sterling, who was almost nearly through on goal, but James got back and said, nah bro, get out of here. And the entire game, James had Sterling in his pocket. It was absolutely amazing. He got home, he took out his phone, his smokes, his keys, his wallet, and took out Sterling too. Literally not a minute later, Havertz picks up the ball towards the left of the box from Mount, and he cuts it back to Werner, and that should have been a goal, and he fluffs it, and he missed kicks, so I don't even know what he does. But when it happened, I was in shock. I was like, I can't believe we opened Manchester City so early and we failed to take our chance. And I believe it was Stones who ends up clearing the ball to Sterling towards the halfway line, who does a driving run towards the edge of the box, who cuts it back to Mahrez. But Chilwell comes in with a last-second sliding tackle to literally save us from conceding. And then there was a moment where Chilwell sends a ball into the box, and Kante was being marked by Sterling and the world's best centre-back, Ruben Dias. And N'Golo Kante gets a header away at goal. It was off target, but what the hell is happening? The shortest player, 5'2", N'Golo Kante, manages to get a header out from the best centre-back, Ruben Dias. Far out, man. This guy, I love N'Golo. I love him. This was the second scariest moment of the game, when Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne played the ball a bit to each other, and Sterling gives him a through ball, and then he cuts it back to Phil Foden, and Phil Foden was through on goal. This was going to be a goal, and Rudiger comes in with just the craziest slide tackle, last second. He saved the day. Then Mendy has possession of the ball, and he crosses it to the left to Chilwell in our own half, who then first times it to Mount. Mount controls it, carries it for a second. Now Werner, this is why I said Werner was important. Werner cuts to the left, which makes John Stones follow him. And then there's this massive gap. And who's there? Havertz calling for it. and Havertz runs down, Mount plays him this beautiful through ball, and Havertz doesn't dink the keeper, but will go past the keeper and first time into the net. Absolutely wild scenes, bro. Wild scenes. And this goal will go down in history. There have been 3 Chelsea goals in the Champions League final. Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, and now Kai Havertz. And what I love the most about the goal, it was very Fernando Torres-esque. Take it around the keeper to score one of the most important goals in Chelsea history. But not only that, but the character. You see, when Fernando Torres came in, he didn't have the best start. He didn't have the best time at Chelsea. Likewise to Kai, he was very criticised. And Fernando Torres was repaid 50 million with that goal, and Kai Havertz was repaid 85 million with that goal. Absolute scenes. And that was it for the half. Chelsea 1-0, couple chances for both teams, Kai Havertz with the goal, and apart from the goal, Chelsea had the much better chances. We completely nullified City, and at half-time I said, look, if we at least continue down this line, I have no stress at all, no stress. At the start of the second half, De Bruyne had to come off because of a clash with Rudiger, who ended up having to get a yellow card, but I think that was the catalyst for our victory. When he came off, the entire team looked depleted. De Bruyne was crying and the energy was real low. And I think because of that, Rudiger kind of sneaks the Man of the Match award. He completely ruined their entire game plan. Now what's funny is around the 60th minute, there was nothing happening in that tiny bit of play. So I was like, look, I'm gonna quickly go run and get a can of Coke. And when I came back, I see VAR pending. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then I see the replay of the ball hitting Reece James. And lately, with Chelsea's lack of luck, I was like, oh dear God, it's gonna be a penalty. That's it, it's gonna be a penalty, 1-1, and then we're gonna lose. But no, it wasn't a penalty, and thank God for that. It was such a scary moment. I was gone for 30 seconds. All I did was get a can of Coke, bro. And then I saw the replay and I was like, if that was given, that would have been harsh. He hit him about here, and some referees would give that, some referees wouldn't. And this referee was so good the entire game. So good the entire game, so consistent. No one can look at this at the end of the match and be like, oh yeah, he favoured Chelsea. No, he was right down the middle. Absolutely class. After that, there were only 2 big chances. And the first one for us is when Kante had the ball and he was carrying it a little bit, passes it off to Pulisic to Havertz. And Havertz from about the halfway line just sprints with it all the way to about the goalkeeper's box. And similarly to the first goal, it was open and Havertz played a through ball to Pulisic, and Pulisic goes to chip it. I don't know what he does exactly, but he ends up shooting it left of the box. And when I saw that at real time, the angle of the positioning and everything, I thought that was a goal. I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was 2-0. Oh man. Then the scariest moment of the match, 96th minute, Kyle Walker takes a long throw in into the center of the box. Havertz headers it away, and then Riyad Mahrez, where we've seen him score some fabulous goals, this would not have been an exception, takes a shot, and I'm like, bro, 96th minute, really? It's floating towards goal, and I'm like, nah man, that's it. 96th minute, they've scored, and it just slowly drifts away from goal, and that was it. After a Mendy goal kick, Ederson sends it back, and that was it. And Chelsea now are 2-time Champions League winners. Absolute scenes, man. Scenes. And the actual best part about this match was not only the transition from like the start of the season with Frank and that drop in the middle of the season and then that positive finish towards the end of the season, but it was the story too. Just a couple weeks back, people were saying Pep quadruple. Not only did we stop that from going to a treble, but we stopped it to going to a double. We beat them in the FA Cup semi-final to stop them from winning the FA Cup. We beat them in the Champions League, basically the only thing that City needs to win now. And it's so good because Tuchel ended up doing the treble over Pep in 6 weeks. Oh my gosh, everyone wrote us off from the round of 16. and we managed to be Champions League winners. Now, before I wrap it up with player ratings and match performance, I wanted to say which players I'm particularly happy for winning this medal. And the first one is the captain, Azpilicueta. He was immense this game, and I felt particularly bad for him because we signed him at the transfer market the season after we won the Champions League. So I felt bad for him. He was there from the start after the Champions League. So I'm so happy that he managed to end up getting it. Another player, Olivier Giroud. He came from Arsenal only winning a couple FA Cups, but he came to Chelsea winning an FA Cup. And then he came to Chelsea winning a Europa League, which isn't that special, but hey, it's more than he won at Arsenal. And now he's won a Champions League final. Now, if you show someone who knows nothing about football a list of Olivier Giroud's honours and his top 10 goals, you'd think this guy's the GOAT. This guy's the best player in the world. Oh my gosh, I love that guy. Another two players I want to mention is Kai Havertz, obviously goal scorer, and Timo Werner. They both had a similar role in the season, underperforming, being heavily criticised by rivals and pundits, and they have a Champions League winners medal. Think about all the players that do not. They do. And for Kai Havertz, I'm particularly happy for him because he's 21 years old. Where do you go from here, man? Now into player performances. Mendy, I can't say he had a fantastic game because they had 3 shots, but his positioning was well, so I guess he still did well there. Our wing backs, particularly Reece James, you love to see it. He's 20 years old. He's 20 years old. He's gonna have an incredible future for us. And our back 3, Silva, Rudiger, and Azpilicueta. All 3 had a fantastic game and all 3 had a part in the win. And Christensen ended up coming on for Silva because of an injury. And Christensen, since the round of 16 against Barcelona, we've never really forgiven him for that pass to Messi. And I think he's officially off the hook thanks to that. Thanks to the wonderful performance without our leader in the back, Silva. So fantastic for him, fantastic. Next, our middle 2, Jorginho and Kante. Kante is winning the Ballon d'Or in 2021. No questions about that. And our entire front 3 of Havertz, Pulisic, Mount and Werner, they were all absolutely amazing. Mount with the assist, Werner technically got an assist because he pulled Stones away, and Havertz with the goal. Pulisic should have scored one. What a fantastic game. And that's it for the 2021 season. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment below, and if you're new to this channel, throw in a sub. Thank you so much for watching.